Travis, what about as competitive a game as we've ever seen in this building? What did it take to beat this team?
Took a whole team effort tonight. I thought every man in our room played well. I'm going to use the same old cliches, but we played hard the whole game. When your back's against the wall, you've got to play with a lot of urgency, and we did tonight.
Overtime, you totally dominated possession. Did anything change, or do you think they were tired, or you guys somehow supercharged?
I don't think they were tired. I think we started it in the first shift where we got pucks behind them. I just think we got them on their heels for a bit. We haven't really been able to do that much in this series, but I thought at the start of overtime we had like 3 or 4 shifts in a row that put them on their heels a little bit, and they, a couple icings. It helped to keep us in their zone and set the tone for overtime, which was nice.
Both goalies outstanding.
Yeah, they both were. Doesn't surprise me. There's 4 good goalies in this series, and you knew goaltending was going to be good.
For a team that prides itself on being blue collar and really, being in on the forecheck, I mean, how fitting is it that is a play that ends up winning the game and with your season on the line?
We talked about it when. Not only does our team play in a manner where we have to work for our goals, but you're playing against a team that, arguably is the best team in the league defensively, on our side anyway. So you're going to have to work for your goals in this series. We know that. And it was a great play by Zaleski, big goal by Grenier.
Except for the one power play where they scored in like however many seconds it was.
The 4-on-3?
Yes.
Yeah.
And they had scored like in their previous power play very quickly, but the rest of the time PK did a pretty good job. So 5-on-3.
Yeah, the 5-on-3 was a big time kill for us. That was especially against their power play. They've got a deadly power play, and that was obviously one of the highlights of the game. That kill right there.
Okay. What did you say about the defensive zone? I mean, it seemed like you guys were plugging up the middle a lot better this game and getting the pucks away from the crease area.
I thought we defended well tonight. They've got a lot of offensive weapons on that team. Their top 2 lines are as skilled as you're going to find, and to limit them to a power play goal was big tonight. But that's playoff hockey. You've got to defend hard. You've got to win puck battles, and we were obviously better tonight than we were the first 2 games.
Seemed like a more physical game than the first 2. Obviously, is that just it being game 3 and your back is against the wall?
I think playoff hockey is physical, tough hockey. You got to be physical, but you can't cross the line and be stupid with your physicality. So I thought both teams were physical tonight. It was good, clean hockey. What you want to see in playoff hockey.
I don't know if you've answered this already, but when this game went to overtime, basically they score, your season's over. You guys score, stay alive. I guess, do you see that as kind of exciting, or is that nerve-wracking? I mean,
it's exciting. We talk about having fun. You got to enjoy it. You got to want to be in the moment, want to be in the pressure, but again, we don't talk about end results a lot in our locker room. We talk about a process. We talk about how we're going to get to where we want to be, and we definitely didn't mention that we need to win this game or the season's over. Everyone knows that. Everyone in the building knows that. But I like the urgency that we played with in overtime for sure.
It's been 10 months since the last whiteout here at the Yacht. I mean, just what was the experience like again, sitting on the bench and hearing this?
Great. You know what? We've got the best fans in the league, and you knew it was going to be a lot of energy in the building. We talked about controlling that emotion. I thought there were times in that first period where our emotions got the best of us a little bit, but it's definitely nice coming home to play here, and our crowd's a big advantage for us.
Alex, what did it take to beat this team tonight?
I think the whole team played hard for the full 60 minutes, and it doesn't change really much from last year where we went into OT for a couple of games there, and again today. I think we had a lot of scoring chances, and the goalie played really well. And coming into OT, I don't think we changed a lot of things, and we kept playing pucks deep, and got a good bounce and put it in.
You guys, the possession time and overtime was like totally in your favor. I mean, did anything change there? Did anything change?
I don't think anything changed. I think throughout the whole game we were playing really well, putting pucks deep, throwing pressure on their D, and I think we did what Travis told us to do, and game plan went really well.
You had, I think, 3 chances, maybe one off the crossbar in about 4 seconds there, I think, in the second period.
Yep.
So you were glad to have that final one, that final
Yeah, oh yeah. I mean, definitely it was a relief for me, like seeing that one go through the crossbar and all that. And I mean, obviously that one's a big goal for me, probably the biggest one yet.
It was so tight defensively the whole game. I mean, when you find yourself so open in front of the net like that in overtime, I mean.
Yeah, I mean, the whole credit goes to Michael on that play. He made an incredible pass there, and I just didn't have to miss the net. That was my only goal. And yeah, I mean, they play a really defensive style. Not much room out there, and I think we do kind of the same thing. So I mean, the first game, I think in second period, shots were like 7 to 15 or something like that, and you rarely see that. So
When you get to overtime, it's at a point where they score a goal, your season ends. I mean, when you look at that, I mean, heading into overtime, I guess, did you see it as exciting or nerve-wracking? I mean, I guess what was that like for you?
I mean, you don't want to change anything whenever you do that. Obviously, we have that maybe in the back of our heads, but I think it might just push guys even a little bit more, not to have the season end like that, and we proved it tonight.
You guys had to give it everything you had, obviously, to win this game tonight. How difficult is it going to be to come back Thursday and do the same thing?
I mean, the vibe in here is just unbelievable. I mean, again, today during the national anthem, you started hearing them just sing, and I was having chills doing it. So the crowd really has a big factor for us in our building. And I mean, I feel like everybody just feeds off of it. Energy gets a little higher, and it's just great for us.
When the puck finally goes in, when you put it in, I mean, what goes through your mind immediately after that? Or do you kind of just black out for a second?
Oh, yeah, you definitely black out. I mean, I was trying to figure out a celebration, then I stopped halfway and just went back to Michael before I got grabbed. So, yeah, just black out.
Yeah, how great of a feeling is that to see all your teammates, coming at you and knowing that you guys stayed alive?
It's definitely awesome. Like it's probably one of the best feelings I have whenever that happens.
That's a long skate down the ice, but it must feel, like you don't even, you're not moving at all. I mean, how is that feeling?
That's pretty cool. I got a good view of the building. It's a great win for us. I think that's a series changer. Momentum's on our side, and we shown that we could beat this team and play with them, and we're excited for the next one.
And for you, I mean, what did you see differently than when you came in relief in Game 2 in front of you, the team defense and getting pucks, away from the danger zone?
I think we just took care of the details, little details. We got pucks deep. We didn't make turnovers, played hard. I think for the most part we kept them out of the box. I think Game 2 they had a couple power play goals, and that gave them momentum, and we were kind of back on our heels. So we worked hard. We got a couple power plays, and I think the penalty kill did a good job too. So.
What's it going to take to come back and do the same thing here Thursday?
I think just stick to our system and play the way we know how, and play the right way, and feed off the crowd, and play the same way.
How much is that? How much is that a factor? The crowd here, how big a factor is it?
Well, if you use it the right way, it's really nice. I think you don't get too high and take stupid penalties. I guess that would be the only downfall of it. But for us, I think it's harder for them to make plays in their zone with the crowd, and we definitely feed off it and get that extra energy out of it. So.
I mean, also on top of that, I mean, how difficult is it to keep your emotions in check with the game getting a little chippy and the crowd's into it, and sometimes you have to kind of, I mean, you see guys in the crease and stuff shoving each other. I mean, how difficult is it to keep your emotions in check?
Well, that was brought up kind of before the game. Game 2, we kind of got away from us a little bit and took that extra punch or whatever, and we kind of got bitten on it with a couple power play goals, and tonight I think we just took that extra punch and worked hard all the way through and got rewarded.
Did you feel especially good today? I mean, you seemed very, very sharp early on. The only goal was a 4-on-3 power play. Did you feel any different, say, in some past games, because you looked very sharp?
Well, I had to. It was do or die. I think he just kind of put it all out there, and there's really nothing to lose. I think you play as hard as you can, and you hope to get that bounce at the end, and Z made a nice play to Gren. So.